What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We're back at it in DCS, and we got a little replay of my very first successful, I want to emphasize, successful dogfight in DCS against two F5E Tigers. Of course, I'm flying the F-15C. This is a guns-only dogfight, so it's pretty tough for me against the F5s. Anyway, let's get started. All right, so here we are. I think we're about 10 or 15 miles off of each other. Oh yeah, 15 miles off of each other's nose. Going straight in for each other against two F5Es. Now, I've watched Top Gun. I know all about Jester, and I know all about the F5. It is not to be taken lightly, right? Like, they were a badass in Top Gun. So I knew these dudes, you know, all kidding aside, you couldn't mess around with them. So we're coming in on the merge. Now, I figured my strength against the F5s would be my thrust to weight, sustained climb, and sustained turn. So we're coming in on the merge. Wow, really super fast, right? All right, his wingman is trailing behind him by several miles, so I didn't want to turn back in on the lead. I have a wingman with me back there somewhere. Didn't want to turn back in on the lead, so I just continued on for the wingman, and I wanted to try to get my speed up as much as I could, but maneuvering wouldn't allow me. So now at this point, we've done merge with both of them. You see them up there in the contrails. I decided to unload the airplane and dive down on the deck because I felt like if I denied them altitude, they wouldn't be able to trade that altitude for speed if I took them in a sustained turn, like in a sustained turning fight. Or I could then climb back up off the deck and use my thrust weight to my advantage. So I go down on the deck to about, about 6,000 feet. Now, I see the one guy back there with my wingman, but I lost the second guy. So I'm looking, I'm trying not to G-lock here too. Ultimately, my plan in my head was to try to keep this plane turning at about 400 knots, give or take. Like 350 to 450, but ideally around 400. I'm not exactly sure what the best turn speed is, but that's what I had in my head. That sounded good to me. Now, I see that chute there. I fly by that chute, and I think, well, that's the second F5, right? He's gone now. My wingman must have got him. At least that's what I was hoping. But I'm still looking. I've completely lost everyone. All right, there's one of the F5s. And I'm still looking for the second one. There's the other one right behind me, 0.8 miles off my tail feathers there. All right, so I continue. I'm trying to, like, you know, get them into a vertical fight, trying to use that thrust that I have to bleed their airspeed off. And like at this point, I'm just really super defensive. All right, the other guy's out there 5 miles. I'm not worried about him at the moment. I know the other guy's back there off my tail. Just look at they're 0.4 miles. He just can't quite bring the nose around to get a shot off on me, which is really impressive for the F-15. I mean, you don't really consider the F-15 a turn fighter, but it can definitely hang in there. All right, so I'm hanging right about 400 knots here. There's the F5. He's still back there hanging out, and at this point, I pull back on the stick a little too much. And my airspeed, like within an instant, like within milliseconds, went from 400 knots down to 300 knots. So now I'm kind of in trouble. At this point, I'm in a little bit of trouble. I'm getting back up to 450 now. All right, there's the other guy off my nose there. I don't know where the one off my tail. There he is. He's coming back in again. He just can't quite bring it around on me. Which is really, like I said, I am just fighting for my life here. Like, this is purely all defensive, trying to just keep them off my tail and make something happen. I was really hoping, like, to make one of them lose enough airspeed to stall, and then I could come around on them. But all right, so we're starting to get a little distance now. I'm still trying really super hard to pull around on this guy. I just can't do it. At this point, I'm really fast. I'm really fast. I'm trying not to G-lock, so I'm trying to gain a little bit more altitude here and turn it into like a rolling scissors if I can, because I felt like I might benefit in a rolling scissors. At this point, I'd gotten a little altitude. I'm pulling really hard to get around on that guy, and I just couldn't make it happen. At that point, I got the plane really slow. And you see she's buffeting and wanting to stall. I'm down to about between 350 and 400, so not too bad. I really want to keep it around 400 knots. All right, still really super slow at this point. Like, I'm in bad trouble on this one. I've got down below 250 knots. It's not a good place for me to be. We're back to 450. That's the great thing about the F-15. If you unload the airplane and hit the burners, she you know, accelerates really fast. All right, we're coming back around. I did not see this master caution. All right, so we're coming back over the top there. I don't know, I just went by the second guy there. I don't know where the first is going off to. Wait a minute. That is totally not how this went down. All right, so if you noticed that replay of the gunfight, the gun cam footage from my last dogfight, ended in a crash. And with me shooting wildly off into blank space. I did not know until today that the replay on DCS is not very accurate. At least some of the stuff that I read. And it does that. It does really weird things, like sometimes the flight won't be anything like what actually happened. So we've gone to the TAC view, and we're going to check it out and watch a bit of it. So here we are. This will give a lot better, you know, overall view of like what went down. I really like this program. It's super cool. So here I am, and my wingman as well here, and we're getting ready to merge with the two F5s. Let's target the other guy first. You know what? We'll keep it on this guy first. You can see I got radar lock on this guy. I think that's what the dash lines represent, is radar lock on him. I'm climbing up. I'm at Mach 0.97, almost breaking the sound barrier. And we'll merge just here. All right, I continue. I get a shot off, just a fleeting shot, just for the hell of it. Really no chance of hitting him. And then I decided to roll the airplane over and go after this guy. I didn't want to turn after the first one because this would have put him right on my 6. We would have been in trouble. Wingman's still hanging out with me there. So at that point, I merged with him. All right, take the plane, kind of do something like a split S. Take her down on the deck. We broke the sound barrier with Mach 1.2 in climbing. Now, the other guy is kind of interesting. The first guy, he went into vertical. Like, he went up even higher. He's at 38,000 feet. I'm taking it down on the deck. Like I said, I wanted to take it down on the deck. My thoughts were to get in a turning fight and bleed their energy off, where they wouldn't have altitude to trade for speed. So that was kind of my reasoning and thoughts behind that. The number 2 guy is coming down after my wingman. And my wingman's pretty useless. Like, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. He gets shot down right there. Okay, so I merged with this guy, and that is the chute that I saw that I thought was the number 2 guy back here. Actually, I think this would be originally the number 1 guy. All right, so we're pulling back in a climbing turn. He's coming after me. He's Mach 0.78, 0.7. I'm a little slower than him. Got a little bit better of a turn rate going. I'm turning back on the other guy here. Going back down on the deck once again, trying to like I said, to lure them down. You know, I also felt like if I could get them down on the deck and get them in a turn and fight and bleed their energy off, then I could use my thrust weight to kind of climb out and get myself in a better position. So now, you know, it's 2 against 1. I'm purely defensive the whole time. Like, I'm doing everything I can to keep them off my tail. They're hanging out back there, especially this guy right here. He's at Mach 0.74. I'm at about Mach 0.7. You know, he hung with me pretty good. The second guy falls in behind him, but they're just not quite able to get their nose. The turn rate went really, really sharp right there. I think this was the point where I bled off to about 300 knots. Yeah, I'm down to Mach 0.54. So I got a really sharp turn in, but I bled all my energy off, which wasn't good. It helped in the moment. That's the cool thing about the F-15s. You light the burners, you can unload the airplane, and I'm right back up to Mach 0.75. All right, now I'm trying a climbing turn, a climbing spiral turn. Like I said, I'm using my thrust weight ratio, and I'm hoping that like I can sustain the turn, especially in the climb, a lot better than they can, and they'll lose their energy. You can see this guy's already got down to Mach 0.55, so it's kind of working. I'm at 0.73, he's at 0.59. This guy's, he went completely vertical. It looks like he stalled out at the top. So the thing about this fight that like really surprised me was how well the F-15 turned with these guys. I was expecting them to kind of run circles around me. I'd read a few things about the F5, so I knew the advantage, you know, the pure advantage of the F-15 was the, like I said, the engines, the thrust weight. So, all right, at this point, this guy is a little slow. I turned back on him. I'm too fast. I'm at Mach 0.8. He goes back in the vertical. He's getting really slow again. So it's kind of like I should have gone back after this guy. I don't know why I turned off on him. So the theory is kind of working. They're getting a little slow there. You know, that guy, he slowed down. He was hanging out. If I'd continued on, I might could have got him. All right, I'm back really slow. I'm coming back over the top. Getting slow coming over the top like that is ultimately kind of what caused me some problems. All right, he took a shot off on me there. I didn't see it. I didn't even know. Like, it's cool to go back and watch these and see things, and like, he hit me. Now, I didn't realize it that I was slow over the top again. I was, you know, Mach 0.4. I came over the top. He got me. I did not know. I did not know that he had hit me. All right, we're back up to Mach 0.81. We're going back into vertical again. We're almost kind of like going into a rolling scissors here. This guy's on my tail. I think I'm going to roll out and pull back up. And I'm really super fast. I'm almost at the speed of sound, and I'll just like barely squeak by. If you watch here, I started to get into G-lock, and it was really bad. There you go, like 100 feet off the ground maybe. It wasn't very high at all. That almost got me. I almost got myself in this dogfight. I really did. Really bad. All right, come back over top, merge with him. Couldn't get a shot off. They're really hard to see. Like, they're really, unless you're like behind them and right up on them, they're really super hard to see. Like, I had a hard time spotting them. And I didn't just want to shoot wildly because I'm limited on how much ammo I got, you know. All right, I'm going to spiral back down. I'm trying to pick up a little bit more speed. Really super impressed with the turn rate of the F-15. I was just completely shocked by that. I didn't know how well the plane turned. All right, this dude went in a climb with a roll. I don't know what that was about. This is against AI. All right, I took some shots on him. There we go. Got him on that one. He's really slow over the top. That's what wound up getting him, was being slow over the top like that. At this point, I'm getting frustrated. I'm trying to get him finished off. I really thought that shot would have gotten him. At this point, I'm so fixated on this guy that I'm targeting that I'm not really paying much attention to the dude behind me, which really probably could have bit me. That could have been the end of it, but back slow over the top again. He got really super slow. Like, he was almost on the verge of stalling out. I had to break off. I should have reversed and come back on him. And I did here, but by that time he done picked up enough speed that it didn't work out. Okay, so luckily this dude, he was coming down after me and he went the other direction, so it gave us a little space and got him off my tail. Trying to come back around on this guy again. All right, the other guy is almost 2 miles. He's a mile and a half out. I'm not too terribly concerned with him. You know, I had labels up. If I didn't have labels up during this dogfight, it'd been a completely different situation. Being a noob, though, I want labels up. You know, I get these angles on them. It's always an instance of, like, you just can't quite pull the nose around enough. And they're kind of having the same issue, too. I think right about here, I take a shot. I miss them just a little bit behind them. There we go. Got another hit on him. So he's soaking up the damage. That was really frustrating. That was, like, super frustrating. There we go. Got him again. He's coming over the top. He's getting really slow. I'm getting slow as well. I'm just a little faster than him. This time I'm firing off shots like crazy. I just want to get this guy down. I felt like if I could get him down, I would be in good shape. I didn't realize that I'd already been hit. Like, I did not know that. I don't know how I missed that, but I did not know I'd been already hit previously. And I finally got him. I finally got him when he was climbing out. All right, so at this point, I feel really good about it. All right, he took a shot at me. He had a lot of speed. He had a lot more speed. I got really, really slow coming off the top. And right back there is where I got... Let's see, I think he hit me, right? I'm coming over the top. I'm really slow. Yes, he did hit me. Okay, so I got hit right here, and I knew I got hit on that one. I felt it, and I heard it. And the plane is really slow. I'm at Mach 0.26. I'm like just basically stalling. And I unload the airplane. I can't get it to accelerate. Like, it is, but it's not really accelerating that much, right? And I'm turning a 3G turn. I mean, that's not like horrible. So I go back into climb. I pull, you know, at the bottom, I pull out of the power and I go back into burner. And I'm under the impression I have some kind of engine problems. I hit him there. I was really lucky. So I was like, once I got on this guy's tail, I was able to keep up with him pretty good. But the plane is still really slow. Like, I'm still at, you know, 0.3 Mach. Now I'm finally getting out of that. I'm up to 0.4. I'm able to actually do something, but the plane is still, like, really sluggish. He's climbing again over the top. I'm chasing behind him a little bit slower. He's losing his airspeed really fast, though. That's the cool thing about the F-15. And there we go. I finished it off. And that was it. I was very, very lucky. Many times. Many times. Getting slow over the top like that is what just about bit me every time. So after that, I level out and we head back to Nellis, and that's basically the fight. So unfortunately, my Well, we tapped out really early in the battle, but you know, we managed to pull it off. I've tried this a few times. The first couple times didn't go well at all. Like I got slow and stalled and fell out of the sky, and I was just a sitting duck. And so it takes, like, the thing I've learned about flying this plane is just a tremendous amount of discipline not to pull back in a turn as hard as you can, because she'll drop the speed. Basically, she'll drop her speed in the blink of an eye. It is crazy how fast this plane loses energy when you're really pulling back on the stick. So it's a lot of discipline, like as far as what your airspeed's doing. You know, when you're around 400 knots or less, you have to really ease off of it. When it's, you know, faster than that, then you can really kind of pull back on it, but then you have to worry about G-lock. So anyway, just a little clip of my first experience. I hate it that the replay didn't work out. Now I know I can't count on the replays. I'll just have to record those real time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell. All that stuff's always greatly appreciated. Looking forward to doing a lot more stuff in DCS and trying to figure this out with you guys. And with all that said, we will catch you in the air next time. Peace.